Hello, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste. Welcome to the Love, Laugh, Live chat show.
प्यार करो हंसो ते जुग जुगिए वाला शो शो शुरू करने तो पहला ही कहना है
जीना है तो ऐसे जिए, जीना है तो ऐसे जिए, हर सोच में प्यार, शांत ते खुशबू आवे. This means let's live our lives with thoughts of love, peace and joyful fragrance.
So my name is Davinda Ruby. I'm a life and spiritual coach, and this is my lovely coach.
And my name is Gurdial Gacha. I'm an empowerment and resilience coach. So Dav, what are we going to be discussing today?
So today we're going to be discussing the chakras, the consciousness centers. We have been doing two recordings already. In the Pella recordings we did the root chakra, and last week we did the sacral chakra. So today we're doing the third chakra. It is the solar plexus chakra.
Yeah, so just going to explain a little bit. So the chakra is the Sanskrit for wheel. It's a spinning coloured light within our bodies, and some people call this the Paramatma, love, the energy centre around us, and it's all around us, within us and around us, sorry. So this keeps us strong and healthy, and it's for our mind, body, when we come, and we have this as soon as we come into this world. So we have heard that everything that exists is permeated and kept alive and evolves by a cosmic energy that we can call the all spirit, all power, or simply God or love. So this spirit energy also keeps our spiritual and material bodies alive and vibrant. But how does it do that, Dav?
So, like I said, our spiritual and etheric body, our soul, it corresponds to the physical body. So I'm going to use this like we'll be doing every week so far. Use this little picture here. So we're talking about the chakras, the consciousness centers. These are what they are. There's 7 of them in our body. And what we also have is a nucleus of the soul, Uppare Kalaja dot. And it is, we can call it the spark of God or God's spark, and it's situated, like you said, on top of the crown. This is the crown chakra, and what we said, Gurdial was saying, this omnipresent energy, spiritual energy, Rabdi energy, it actually comes down and actually comes through it from into the nucleus and all the way down the left side and all the way down to go to the collective basin, and then it comes up the right hand side and all the way back through the nucleus. This is how the energy should be flowing constantly every moment, day and night.
And another word for that is prana or chi, isn't it?
We can call it prana or chi. And this is the spirit power flows, like we say, one side to the other side, and it runs along these 7 energy centers. We call this junction points, and which we, like we say, the Western world will call it consciousness centers, and the Eastern world we call it the chakras. And the matlab of these chakras are to distribute, the spirit, God energy, universal life force energy through the meridians and to all the individual organs that are around each of those chakras and every cell of the body. So each of the chakras are filled with pulsating light, and they rotate with the force of the energy. And in a healthy body, this spirit cosmic energy, we call it the prana and chi, we're saying, it flows through the organism without any obstructions. But it is only when an organ, let's say your heart, your liver, your intestines, even the skin, if the energy is not flowing sufficiently, that's where bamari shuru hundi, the illness arises. And this is when, this means a chakra is blocked and the cells become sluggish and ill. So this is what it actually looks like. And like we said, we're doing the third chakra today, the solar plexus chakra.
So what we say is blockages can occur, but how do these blockages happen? So the reason is always our selfishness, our self-centered thinking, or thoughts, negative thoughts, actions. So anything which is the opposite of love. For instance, any negative thoughts, become immediately visible in our aura. So that's the sort of the divine part of who we are. So this prevents the divine spirit energy from flowing freely in the diagram that Dav's just described. So every chakra has a theme, therefore there is a direct correlation between certain emotions, behaviors or thoughts which can affect each of those chakras. They could be shame, hurt, guilt, bitterness, all those negative things that we all come across throughout our daily lives. But we're not saying, when we're talking about this, that conventional methods can't be used, when you have, what we would call an imbalance in any of your chakras. We would still recommend going to the doctor, your GP or hospital, wherever you feel that you need to go to get the support that you might need when what we would say is an imbalance of your chakras. So so today we're going to be talking about the solar plexus. So let's just get into that. So the solar plexus chakra is called the Manipura. Have I pronounced that correctly?
Manipura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's located in the upper abdomen, 2 inches above the navel. The solar plexus chakra, or Manipura, is the third of your 7 chakras. The Sanskrit name translates to shining gem, which is a fitting name for this chakra. So this chakra is the core of your personality and identity. So I particularly love this one, and all the reasons behind it. So when it's balanced, this chakra allows your authentic self to shine really brightly. The solar plexus chakra is located above the navel and extends up to the sternum. This forms your deepest connections with willpower, self-discipline and self-esteem. So the solar plexus chakra embodies your unlimited potential to transform thought or inertia into action. So this is like it kind of gets you charged up. So it's the opposite of procrastination, where you want to delay things. This chakra really gets you kind of ready to get going with whatever it is that you're feeling. So the solar plexus chakra is the source of your personal power, your confidence. It enables you to be your authenticity to flourish, to overcome fear, master your thoughts, make conscious decisions and choices. It gives you confidence and vitality, and it empowers you to follow your true path, whatever that might be. And it's all about seizing your personal power, developing your authentic self and taking responsibility for your life. And if you think about it, that's packing in quite a lot, but it really is about the core of who you are. And when it's balanced, you'll be able to see that. So Dav's going to go into the key characteristics of the solar plexus chakra.
Right, so let's say the first bit I'm going to talk about the identity, and it's like you said, it's the core of your personality and identity. The solar plexus allows you to bloom into authentic self and discover who you truly are. So like example, like a sunflower. It's funny because the solar plexus color is yellow, and it's all about, like you said, the shining gem, and it's all about power and radiating that light out when you're in your authentic, in your power. So I think it's another word for it, it's a power center.
Yeah.
Power center, because if you think of the same color as the sun, a sun gives you all that energy and power, and this is solar plexus, like the sun. Without the sun, everything blooms and grows and be vibrant in our life. And so like the sunflower, if you think of it, it blooms into such a beauty, and the length and the strength, and it's like you said, if you are confident, you're authentic in yourself, you can stand upright, just like the sunflower, and then at the top it blooms. So this is the true, like you said, the characteristics of the identity of being authentic and discover who you are. And like you said, the sunflower does not feel any feeling discouragement, or it feels it needs to stay small and hide itself. It has the confidence to be above everything, or rise above everything.
And it's probably one of the tallest flowers that I can think of as well.
Exactly.
And it's quite one of the biggest as well, isn't it?
That's right,
yes. Of a bigger flower than the sunflower.
It is beautiful, and it stays in that, it has so much strength as well, doesn't it, to keep itself hold upright, because it has that feeling of energy of confidence, and doesn't want to be, it doesn't want to hide or feel it needs to shine away from anyone.
So that's what we're likening, one of the key characteristics. I mean, that's just something that we've come up with.
And the other one characteristics is personal power. So let's say the solar plexus is a source of your own personal power, like we were talking about. It's a power center. So it empowers you to take control of your thoughts and emotions, and like I said, your actions. So let's say it helps you to break free from being the slave to your, like they say, your subconscious automatic beliefs of I'm not good enough, or I'm useless, or it's the automatic behaviors where we go into reaction, a reaction of I need to shout, or I need to run away. No, this is like, it gives you the power to take control.
And it's also, it stops you from being, a slave to your environment, your culture, your religion.
So it's taking back, you, instead of being the slave with this solar plexus, you become the master of your life, the master of your soul. And once, like you said, it's functioning properly, you can be a master of your life. That's where self-mastery comes from. So the other characteristics is willpower. So working with your personal power now, and your solar plexus gives you the willpower, discipline to get things done. So like you said, it's opposite procrastination. So a person who felt like they didn't have the
energy
or the ability to create like a business or something, but once your solar plexus is imbalanced and you are being authentic and confident, you got the ability to create anything you want, and there's no feeling like there's no stop to you, and dream big, like they said, and it's possible. And the other like you said characteristic is confidence. This is very important, the confidence, because the solar plexus is like responsible for your self-esteem and how you view yourself. And it also gives you the confidence to make decisions and feel self-assured. So like you say, this is where, confidence for me is another word for self-love, self-respect, and self-worth, because it's, for me, that puts it all together, confidence. And once you have those characteristics, you are living a much more harmonious relationship with yourself and with others, once you feel it within yourself. And the other characteristics is the intention and action. Your solar plexus as a chakra gives you power to transform your thoughts into action. So like we do, like you walk your talk, we are like about us, once we start having those inspirations and insights we have, instead of just talking about it, we find ourselves actually putting into action, and it doesn't take long. It happens so quick, doesn't it? And before we know, we think, oh my God, we're actually doing it now. And it's really thought about it, and it's gone into action. This is, your solar plexus characteristics is in full form. So you can explain more about solar plexus, how it causes the imbalance.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go back to your last point about the confidence and what is it, intention and action. And I actually thinking about all of this, that ours is an overdrive. Ours is overactive because
I think it's got too overactive.
We're thinking, okay, we'll do this, and this, and before we know it, we've like agreed to things that we didn't even think we would agree to. So I don't know, but that was just a quick thought that came to me.
Like you said, as like we find that when we're together, we think we can accomplish anything. And we get our confidence because when we're together, I think when we're on our own, it might be slightly different. Might be got imbalance then, but you could take them balance or overacting. We find ourselves, and afterwards we get into in the midst of it, and we think, oh my God, we're actually doing it now.
So that's I thought that was a good example. So anyway, where it's in balance, the solar plexus chakra, this is where the system distributes the flow of prana or energy throughout your body. It's a subtle body, but where you've got an imbalance, that's where you've got stress, illness, emotional upset, or conflict. This can all cause an imbalance. So this is where you've got blockages or imbalance within your chakra system, because don't forget, each chakra has a direct link to all the others, but also affects the others as well. They're all interconnected. So when one experiences a blockage, it will definitely affect, the whole part of your being and the rest of your chakras. So this disruption of energy can cause your mind, body, and spirit to suffer. So when the solar plexus is imbalanced, it can bring a lack of control in your life as well, as a loss of identity. So you kind of feel lost within yourself as to what you're doing, why you're doing it. The opposites of everything that Dav's just mentioned.
So powerless, from power to powerless.
Exactly. confident to low confidence. So all the things that we've said. So suppose you're working towards becoming a leader, and then you might sort of, you've got to improve your self-esteem, or you've got to try and discover your authentic self. Now, without having a balanced solar plexus chakra, you'd probably talk yourself out of becoming a leader, because those are all your negative thoughts kind of kicking in, because your solar plexus is telling you that you're really strong, you're capable, you don't procrastinate, you literally think about something and really go ahead and do it. So now, Dav, can you just mention about the underactive solar plexus?
Yeah, so the underactive solar plexus is more about the characteristics when this is where the blockage hojindia and sufficient energy that's supposed to be flowing freely is not, because of some thought process, negative feeling of inability to do anything, so I haven't got the confidence. That's what actually causes, affects your well-being and the organs affect around it. So you may be experiencing a sense of lack of control and purpose in life, and chakra when it's blocked, and also leaving emotional problems and ranging from feeling powerless to self-doubting, which you were saying. And they literally have no zest in life, because if you think of the yellow, it's all about being vibrant. So opposite of vibrant is dull, boring life. So that's how we know that there's an underactive and there's a blockage when nothing in life seems fun. And so you also feel like to recognize your solar chakra center, so the characteristics you have to be aware of is lack of confidence. I can't do this, like I say, oh, you're ready to now, you passed your driving test and now you can go, but I'm not sure I can do it yet, those sort of things. And here, there's still the solar plexus is not getting the sufficient energy. Low self-esteem, I don't think I'm capable of saying this on stage, I'm going to become a fool, or people going to be ridiculed, they're going to laugh at me, I'm going to get it wrong, I'm going to forget my lines. And indecisiveness, that happens a lot. When somebody sitting on the fence, I don't know, there's no confidence, and because you don't feel good about yourself, and you don't know who you are. You're probably wearing different masks, do I go with this mask on, I don't know who my authentic self is, that sort of thing. And helplessness, feeling that I just feel I can't help myself or anyone else. And the lack of purpose. There's no purpose in life. Somebody usually be in a very depressed state in that thinking, or maybe they're focusing on really negative stories of things that happened in the past, they've been ruminating on again and again. All of a sudden it's becoming in their dominant dhyan attention, that to get into a state of like there's no purpose left, and they're just in some form of depression. So those are, I would say, to recognize underactive solar plexus.
So now we're just going to go on to the overactive solar plexus. So this is when your chakra is overactive. It means it's distributing too much energy to that particular chakra. So it's working in overdrive and it's bringing in balance to that chakra. So if you think about it, too much of anything, no matter what that thing is, in your life is not good for you. So in that respect, when your solar plexus is overactive, what it's doing is it's making you become too harsh. You're judging others too much when you're judging yourself too much. There's feelings of overwhelm. You may have too much energy. You can overestimate what you're thinking and feeling. So it's almost like going into, where you might have an idea which is quite small, but you're kind of thinking, you can get to the top of the mountain in a few days, whereas, if it was balanced, you'd have to do training towards that to get to where you want to be, in whichever area of your life it is. And it also means that you might be seeking approval and validation. You're a people pleaser, so you'll always go do the extra mile, but really you're not honouring yourself because you're too busy trying to make other people happy. You want to be heard and understood when you have low confidence. So this is all examples of an overactive solar plexus chakra. And other signs are desire for control. So you not only want to control yourself, you want to control the people around you. You're overly critical. So you're not being very nice when you're kind of saying things which are negative to other people, because your solar plexus is not balanced. So you feel that you have the right to criticize other people, which is never nice. You might have excessive stubbornness, so if someone asks you to do something, you decide you're not going to do it, and you're not thinking rationally. Also, there's anger and aggression, where because you're not thinking rationally, calmly, you're kind of just lashing out, and you're projecting your emotions onto other people. So again, this is all about misalignment, and you're also being very judgmental, you know, and that's not very nice. You're judgmental towards yourself, but also all those around you. So this is, it's quite serious in its own way, isn't it?
It takes your power away, because when we're blaming someone else, we're giving our power away to someone else, that they have to behave in a certain ways for me. So, you know, that's where we say it's the power center.
But it also means that we're not taking responsibility for what's happening in our lives. We're pushing it onto other people, and then that automatically means, well, I can blame you, rather than taking responsibility. Everything that's going on in my life is your fault. So, and if we don't balance our solar plexus, then that's what happens. You come from a place of, all of these negative ones are coming from a place of fear. But you're going to tell us about how to balance the solar plexus.
And like you said, you were saying earlier on that when we take the power back, like taking our responsibilities on board, that is my happiness, my security, my well-being is my response. You're actually reclaiming that power back. So that's why we can there empower our solar plexus and keep it healthy and keep the prana chi flowing. So how to balance the solar plexus chakra. So the balancing is a process of restoring the harmonious and balanced flow of the prana chi, of the energy, spirit energy throughout the whole body. And your chakras are constant in fluctuation. So practicing chakra balancing and aligning in a regular and sometimes daily activity to explore, but how to balance your solar plexus. Right, this is what we're going to talk about now. So there are many different ways to restore balance to your chakras. What works for you might not work for the other person. So make sure you find what makes it easy for you but enjoyable. You don't want something too it's like a chore, because just thinking it's a chore as a pressure blocks you. So you've got to do it out of love and out of just feeling good about it. And so whatever you feel comfortable. If you have to do it out of pressure, then that's not, it's going to be opposite.
That's a weight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weight. That's not going to help. So ways to balance your solar plexus chakra. So try new things, like you say, is always get out your comfort zone, because when you get out your comfort zone, you're allowing yourself to empower yourself. Anything to do with empowering is a way of trying. And spend time in the sun. This is really, like you said, it's the same, let's say it's the energy of like the sunflower, the sun, and it's yellow, and this helps you to keep it balanced. Like remember we talked about the root chakra. The root chakra is connected to the earth. The more we ground ourselves, so all of our elements inside of us are all part of the universal. And so yoga for the solar plexus chakra, that's a very good one to do. And you can always find this on YouTube. Just connect to a yoga practice you can do to balance your solar plexus. Solar plexus affirmations, those are very good. Aromatherapy for solar plexus chakra, and solar plexus crystals. I usually have that one. I have what's called the amber, nice yellow one. It's a very good one. And then new experiences, like you said, the solar plexus chakra is responsible for helping discover your authentic self and your true purpose in life, and getting out your comfort zone. I think we've definitely been working on our solar plexus, don't you think?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And ideas can open and bring balance to your solar plexus chakra. And get outside, and the solar plexus is highly influenced by the element of fire. And getting outside on sunny days can help open and rebalance the third chakra. Taking a walk, meditating, simply sunbathing, and allow your solar plexus energy to flow. So ways to balance your solar plexus chakra. Okay. So try new things. So that's what we've been doing. We've been trying a lot of new things. So we've really been balancing our solar plexus chakra to get out your comfort zone. Spend time in the sun. because like you said, the solar plexus is like the power center. It looks like the sun because being the yellow color.
Yeah.
And then we can do yoga for the solar plexus chakra.
Yeah.
And then also we can do is meditation for the solar plexus chakra, which you'll probably discuss later on.
Yeah.
And then we can do solar plexus affirmations, and also aromatherapy for solar plexus chakra, and solar plexus crystal, which I have an amber one. It's really nice. And then new experiences, like we're saying, the solar plexus is about responsible for helping you to discover your authentic self and find your true purpose in life, because most of the time we've grown up, you know, copying and adapting other people's interests and beliefs and everything. So this, we're not really being authentic selves, are we?
Yeah.
So the solar plexus is a way to reconnect and find our true purpose by getting to know who we truly are, what is our innate gifts, and what we're here as a life purpose. So, and just like we said, what we've been doing, getting out of our comfort zone and experiencing new hobbies, cultures, ideas, and can help open and balance your solar plexus chakra.
And then also there's, you know, getting outside, you know, and I don't think people realise how important it is to get outside, because the solar plexus chakra is highly influenced by the element of fire, and that's like the sun, isn't it? So if we think about fire, so getting outside on sunny days can help open and restore balance to your third chakra. So it's not just being in the sun, but it's also being within nature, sort of getting outside of your normal sort of maybe restrictive environment and getting out into nature, you know, being in warm air, warmness. And I suppose that's part of the reason why everybody goes on holiday, you know, to kind of taking a walk, meditating, or simply sunbathing can allow your solar plexus energy to flow. Obviously make sure you've put the right factor creams on.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were going to talk about the yoga. So
yoga for solar plexus chakra, it's a physical activity, can stimulate for your solar plexus. Yoga can particularly helpful in bringing balance to your chakra, especially the particular, because there's so many different positions, asana and kriyas to do for yoga, and you've got to make sure you're going doing the right one. So you can go onto YouTube, I just said how to balance the exact proper yoga for to balance your solar plexus. Like I said, I do the one lying down and just raise my legs up for about a couple of minutes, start off like I say 30 seconds, and just rise them up about 45 degrees, and that really, it strengthens your core muscle, which is the solar plexus. And once your core muscle is strengthened, you find that you get vitality, and it really helps to keep your digestive system healthy, your heart, your back, lower back. That's a very good one to do, and it gives you self-confidence if your core is strong, powerful, and then it gives you confidence in all areas in your life.
So you might want to use the poses, the yoga poses that we've mentioned, which is full boat pose, firefly pose, sun salutations, and the bow pose. So anyway, I'm just going to mention a little bit about the meditations for solar plexus. So what you can do, because meditation is really, really important to restore, you know, the balance within your body, and you'll find the more that you do it, you know, start off with 10 minutes, that you'll find that the peace that comes from within you, it will be amazing. But anyway, so this is what you need to do. You just need to sit with your shoulders back, your spine straight, relax your muscles as you close your eyes and breathe deeply. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Focus your attention on the location of your solar plexus chakra, your abdomen, a few inches above the navel. Since the solar plexus is tied to the colour yellow, imagine a yellow colour surrounding that chakra, slowly expanding to the bottom of your rib cage and making the whole area warm and relaxed. Rest in this sensation for 3 to 5 minutes. So when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. You may follow with positive affirmations, and Dav's going to tell you a little bit about the affirmations. Yes,
like we said, there's so much energy in the words that we use, and each chakra will have its appropriate affirmations and the right frequency, because each chakra is vibrating on different frequencies. So for the solar plexus, the correct words to use, because they're all aligned with the characteristics of the solar plexus. So I'll say affirmations like, I love and accept myself, I am authentic, I feel my own powers, and I'm free to choose in any situation.
That's a really powerful one, I think.
It is, and I direct my own life. These are like some ideas that you can use. But if you keep saying it again and again and again, and your subconscious mind becomes familiar with it, and this is what becomes normal for you, how to think. So when you're confronted with a challenge, it won't seem like a challenge because you'll feel like I'm free from my own powers, I'm free to choose in any situation. So you won't actually feel overwhelmed with the challenge and find a solution through connecting with your inner power. Yes, the next one.
So then there's aromatherapy, which is like essential oils. So that can be a powerful tool for opening and balancing your solar plexus chakra. So you can use essential oils with balancing and promoting the feelings of confidence, courage and motivation. So the essential oil blend that's recommended is cedarwood. So this promotes willpower and ambition. Grapefruit brings feelings of optimism and spontaneity. Sweet marjoram, which promotes courage, confidence and personal integrity. Black pepper helps strengthen your personal power. Ginger root encourages personal drive, motivation and initiative. So Dav's going to talk about the organs and how they're related to the solar plexus.
Yes, like if you listen to our other previous shows, and there's every chakra, consciousness center, they have organs, and what the theme is around that particular chakra will be associated to those particular organs. So with the solar plexus, we're going to talk about two organs. One's the stomach and the other one will be the liver. So the stomach it's all about anger and digestion conflict. So like say when we're in inability or किसी ने कुछ किया होगा समय को हजम नहीं हो रहा, remember it's all around the stomach area. So like a conflict, like say a dispute, an argument with a neighbor, your boss or your partner, or even your mate from work, whatever, and when we say it's mine, he's mine, she's mine, how could you do that, then this sort, so another like emotional thinking, it's stuck in my stomach, hit me in the stomach, I can't absorb it, I can't get rid of this, and I can't assimilate this situation, and something lies in my stomach. That's kind of language people say. Mostly relate to job or family or money issues, property, relationships, legal issues. They took away my entitlement. It's unfair. It angers me so much. I'm able to stomach this. They took it away. So these kind of thinkings, if you think about it, the characteristics of the solar plexus is all about confidence, reclaim, and power. You become the opposite of power. You become powerless because you are allowing yourself to react to the outside circumstances, thinking, giving them the responsibility that they have to behave in a certain way. Then I can feel happy and secure and loved and respected. So you're giving your power away. So that's where you would feel like, I can't stomach this, I can't digest this. So it makes you does feel disempowered.
But also it's where, we discussed earlier, it can create ulcers in your stomach. So the side effects of all of these emotions, feelings, thoughts can create a physical, disease of some sort. So, and you can become off your food, you can become nervous, when you're going somewhere or doing something. So we mentioned that.
So when you don't have confidence, you feel kabrat hundiyana. So when we said, I feel like butterflies in my stomach, that's worry, anxiety.
It's a side effect, isn't it?
So, or if you're too excited about something and you're nervous about it, this is where you're showing that you're not confident enough. There's an element of doubt or fear of feeling I'm not able to do this, I don't have it in me. So that's when you are lack of confidence and self-esteem.
And that's the imbalance in the chakra again.
So then we have issues with the stomach, like say koi cheez hajam nahi ho rahi, gal nahi hajam ho rahi. That's where issues, we're having a lot of indigestions and health issues around, people have a lot, like you said, stomach ulcer, acid reflux and that sort of thing. So that will relate to solar plexus being imbalanced. So those thoughts, they would block the chi energy, and that's where we'll know it's blocked, because we will have issues with the stomach, the log curvature part of the stomach. So that's when we know there's a blockage here. And now we've got a chance. What am I thinking? What am I keep focusing on? What's making me nervous? Because that is blocking the chi up, the energy to actually to flow and empower my solar plexus. So that's the stomach, and
Sorry, I was going to just mention the liver. So this is where we're talking about survival, starvation, conflict, liver inflammation, and one of the side effects is hepatitis, liver diseases. And this is where the conflict content comes from, you know, a starvation existence. And we've spoke quite a lot about this, you know, conflict, fear of starving to death for oneself or for others. So, you know, there's an emotional meaning to this, and it's actual fear of starving to death for yourself or for your loved ones. But there's also a deeper meaning, which is to do with financial worries. So where you think, well, I may not be able to bring money in, I may not be able to pay for certain things, I might become destitute, homeless, you know, the money's going to dry up, you know, that there won't be any food. How am I going to support myself, my family? How can I survive now? I feel deprived of everything. I'm done for now. So these are feelings of never recovering. You know, they're assumptions of feeling defeated, depressed. So really, it's about fear of the future, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's worrying to a point where you just feel like, you know what, I can't do it. So it's the complete opposite of what we've been talking about, which is all the positivity, where you're totally in alignment with having your solar plexus in a place where it's vibrant, and you've got the energy, the personality to feel like, you know, things can continue in a way that's going to make you feel good, but also the people around you.
So if you think about
that side.
Sorry. If you think about what is the function of the liver, the liver is to simulate, you know, you've got the bile and it to break down, you know, food, so it gives us the energy to do things. So like you said, it's about action. But if you feel there's a worry there about something, like, and I'll give you an example, somebody I knew, they were robbed of their money, they were cheated on, so they completely felt like, oh, if I don't have the money now, I've completely, like, my life has come to an end. So the fear of the future, how am I going to feed myself, my family? So that was actually causing the liver problem in the person. So
I think that's like being stuck, isn't it? So therefore, it's the thoughts of being stuck, not thinking, not being able to think that I can actually get over this. So therefore, that's going to affect that area in the body.
They're never going to recover. They're completely defeated.
So there's kind of abject, aren't they? And just can't get around the thought of, well, I can overcome this.
So like I said, the person just lost his confidence in life, lost the zest and the fun in life. These are all the characteristics of solar plexus. So that those sort of thoughts affected the liver. So the person suffered with a lot of liver diseases. So this is how it says all is so accurate. Jita thode soch and wordings and the theme will affect that organ and that chakra where the blockage of chi energy won't go. But if energy, the energy nahi jandi to the solar plexus, they're not going to the organs, that's where bimari shuru hundi hai. So another organ we'll discuss around the solar plexus is the gallbladder ducts. So issues like they say gallstones, vagera. So this is like a theme around territory, anger, conflict. It's always about my space, and you feel like your territory is being breached. Then you feel there's some form of anger because, let's say, somebody's home or something, and it's your home, but your partner brought someone else in without asking you. So there's a lot of anger there, but you feel like I can't say anything. So there you feel like you've lost your confidence. You don't have the power to deal with that situation because somebody's invaded your territory.
I've just thought of a quick example, especially where Asians are concerned. You know, where we've got the wall, you know, on the land in India, you know, and people are so precious about that. Even in this country, you know, if you've got a wall, and this all goes back to territory, isn't it? And even if the wall goes half an inch this way or that way, it creates so much anger and animosity where people even kill each other over a piece of land, don't they? Which eventually we're all going to leave behind anyway. But that was, I just thought I'd mention that.
But that sort of mindset, people feel anger and conflict, and they feel that obviously it's affecting their inner power and it's disconnecting them from their true self. And yeah, these sort of emotional meanings, like you're my space, you overstepped the mark, like you were saying, they're threatening my territory, they push my boundaries, like you were just saying, failure to uphold my duty, I was green and yellow with anger, because when they're angry they go green and yellow, but that's, if you think about it, those are the colors of the bile we have to break down the food. And so I feel sick to death with anger, with such anger is spat poison, and this is sort of things people, the language they have, how dare they treat me like that, how they behave like that towards me. So this anger, this strong sensation, emotions would affect your gallbladder. And it is interesting because when I do work with my clients, sometimes they have these sort of issues. It's interesting, they have to just tell me their symptoms, and from their symptoms, which of their chakra is imbalanced, just from them telling the symptoms, and I can tell what kind of mindset and the thoughts they're cultivating, you know, ruminating on constantly, and it's so accurate, it's incredible. So all you have to do is now thinking, well, your body is not lying, your body is telling the truth through these symptoms, that you are focusing on something that is the opposite of love, and this is not allowing your chi prana energy to flow, and if it's not flowing to where those chakra will get imbalanced. I mean, and you know, we're at this specific moment we're talking about the solar plexus, and solar plexus is all about positivity and being shining and being your true authentic self. So you know, if you feel like any of this is happening to you, then please, you know, maybe rewind this program or look at all the bits that we've mentioned. So in conclusion, you know, we've spoken about the root chakra and about how that's the foundation of who we are, the house that we're building, in order for the rest of the chakras to be firm and secure, and for the prana chi to be flowing around carefully, successfully, I should say. And then you've got the second chakra. It's the sacral chakra, and it's all about relationship, intimacy, and feeling comfortable in yourself with others, and you know, so. Like you said, root chakra, you're saying about security and having the resources to feel safe and feeling safe and secure and solid foundation. And if you can feel safe and secure, then you have a good mindset, and to feel comfortable in your relationship, you can be intimate without feeling keeping your guard up or anything. And then we go to solar plexus, and that's all about, you feel more empowered, you feel confident in yourself, your self-esteem is high. So you can see when it's all in balance, they all sort of like fall beautifully into place, and they all work together. And the solar plexus is about, like you've just said, the willpower, your confidence, your intentions, your actions, your personal power, taking control of your thoughts and actions. And it's about your true identity, the real person that you are, that you're not hiding from the world, and you're not ashamed of who you are or what your likes or dislikes are. And you're actually being authentic and not being afraid to say to your family, your friends, anybody, what it is that, what joy you bring is given to you that you want to share with the world. So this is really important, because if this isn't in balance, it really can have such a strong effect on your physical health, your mental health, your general well-being, and it kind of shows, you can kind of see it on people, can't you, where people are kind of something different at home, something different at work, so they've got different bits of personalities going on, but what needs to happen is for them to feel authentic, to be their true self in every situation, and not feel like they have to act differently in any situation. And I think the best way to do that actually is, I think we're both going through it, it's like we're doing things that we never imagined we would do, because when we get out of our comfort zone, as you kuch nawa kuch karunge na, and we had to get to know ourselves, our weaknesses, our strengths, what our likes and dislikes, and now, without anybody else affecting us like we did from our childhood, being influenced by the environment, now we're getting to know what we really are like, or what is our purpose in life is. But also what makes us happy. And whether other people's judgment does affect us. And yes, of course, we are still human beings, and judgment will always affect people, but if you can find the lesson in there, or the joy, or where the other person's coming from, you kind of create a bit of a shield around yourself, so that it doesn't become your truth.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's, you're being authentic and thinking, actually, I'm not fussed about that. I'm going to honour myself and be true to who I am self. And that's where your solar plexus is balanced.
But I think once you're in that place of confidence and you're enjoying and you're feeling, you wake up in the morning and you're excited to do what you want to do, and that's when you know you are living in an authentic way.
Yeah.
And then kuch keh bhi do, there's a problem or a challenge, it won't completely disempower you. You won't be overwhelmed with it. You'll deal with it in a much more sufficient and a healthy way, and not to feel triggered to the state that you just completely lose interest in life. You learn from it. Some things are there necessary to be triggered because you learn a deeper lesson, understanding of yourself.
Yeah.
But the confidence is really a form of, like you said, self-love. And when, like they say, when you people are in love, they're in the honeymoon period, they don't matter dunya ch ki ho raha, right? But when you're in love in that place, you don't get affected by all the drama and the chaos. And that's the same thing when you're in the self-confidence, self-love, jo bhi kuch aale dwale ho raha, it doesn't really impact you, as you're just in that love place. And that's where you can be happy for no reason, you can enjoy what you do, and you actually see the drama out there, you think, oh my God, they're so funny, instead of saying, oh my God, and get sucked into the story of it. You actually just think it's okay, everything's all good, all is well.
So don't forget, going back to what we've already mentioned, the solar plexus, to be balanced, is about you being your true self, being authentic, but being happy with who you are. Whatever your personality is, whatever your interests are, coming out of your comfort zone, doing something that you really want to do, but you felt like scared or worried about doing because of worrying about other people's judgment. But if you think, well, I don't actually care, because we're all on this earth to actually enjoy ourselves, and when you don't have any joy in what you do from a day-to-day basis, that's when you kind of lose who you are, because you're so busy making everybody happy. In other words, a people pleaser. Then you just you lose who you are, and that's when your solar plexus would become blocked. The chi wouldn't be flowing around, in a good way. So in our next episode, we're going to be discussing the heart chakra, which is the Anahata, which is a lovely word. So I think we've got time for a joke.
Have we? Go on then. Yes, finally.
We always talk about this and we never have enough time.
I thought my introduction was funny. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, I was trying so hard not to laugh, but it happened. So I'll let you choose. Yeah.
We had about 4 cuts today, but anyway. So, what kind of witch likes the beach? This is in time for Halloween, if this is on before Halloween.
So say it again.
What kind of witch likes the beach?
Tell me.
A sandwich.
A sandwich. I think one more time. Yeah.
Okay, you can ask.
How did the egg get up the mountain?
I'm not sure. How did the egg get up the mountain?
It scrambled up. Okay, that was great. We finally got 2 jokes in.
Yeah, so
thank you so much. Yeah, and we had a really good show today.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Sat Shri Akal. Bye.